All right, Illini fans. I was unable to watch the game, but I did watch the highlights. I heard about Brad Underwood getting ejected, and to all that, I'll just say, let's look at the stats, and then let's talk about it. So, the bottom line is Ohio State shot 32 free throws, they made 26. Illinois shot 17, made 11. There is your problem in this game. We all know that Illinois turns the ball over, so 11 turnovers for each team. Fouls, Illinois 22 fouls, Ohio State 18 fouls, but they shoot 32, we shoot 17. If you have been listening to my videos, you have heard me say many times the lack of free throws, the lack of ability to make free throws is going to be a reason why Illinois loses early in the tournament. They don't shoot many free throws. They don't make many free throws. It's impossible to win tournament games when you can't make free throws and you can't even produce free throws. They're a jump shooting team, and it's going to cost them in the tournament. All right? Those are just facts. Um, we look at it. Obviously, Kofi did absolutely nothing in the game. So I'm sure he was fouled every time he had the ball. But I would say Kofi is kind of weak with the ball. I've talked about it plenty of times. You would love to see him get the ball and just dunk on somebody. But he doesn't do that really. So 12 points in 24 minutes. Obviously, he must have fouled out. So Kofi does absolutely nothing. And you can't have that. You need Kofi to be special to win a game. All right, Granderson 14 points in 31 minutes. Trent 12 and 31. Plummer 26 and 30. That's great for him. Williams once again. Why does he play? I have no idea. Coleman 10 points. Had the best game he's played in the Big Ten. Corbello, they got to get him playing good. And then you have Luke, Omar, and Brandon getting in, not really contributing offensively. But Ohio State, E.J. Liddell, there was a chance that he wasn't going to play. He played 21 and 6 in 34 minutes. Number 22, 31 points in 33 minutes. For all the talk about Illinois having the greatest defenders at the guard position, they couldn't stop this guy. That's a fact. So this guy, number 22, played the game of his life. 31 and 33 minutes. He's the MVP. Kyle Young, 18 and 28 minutes, 18 and 7. Very nice numbers for him. And so when you watch the highlights, it's clear to see Illinois is not going to advance in the tournament. It's pretty darn obvious to see. They're just not. So let's go over the little highlights. All right. I didn't watch the game, but in watching the highlights, Illinois was getting blown out. They were being called for fouls. Ohio State was shooting a lot of free throws and making them. A lot of frustration. Brad Underwood loses his mind, gets ejected. Some of the players lose their minds, apparently. And I just don't want to see it. Things like this happen in basketball. You're going to play, you're not going to get the calls you feel you should get. And if you're an Illini fan, you remember in the championship game against North Carolina, if you remember in that game, James Augustine fouled out in like 1 minute of play. You remember the officiating in that game, Illinois, North Carolina championship game? I remember the officiating in that game. Sean May offensive fouled every time he got the ball, and we had to watch that all night. And that was in a national championship game. That was one of the most horrible displays I've ever seen. But it happens. And for Illinois, they have got to learn how to overcome. What are you going to do when Kofi gets in foul trouble? What are you going to do when Kofi doesn't do too well offensively? You got to be able to do something differently. Coleman Hawkins had the game of his life in the Big Ten. 10 points. And the way he scored those 10 points, it makes you wonder, why? Why? Why can't you do this more often? It just makes you wonder. So, as we watch the highlights, the difference at the end of the day is when the game is on the line, we don't have a Io DeSumo. We don't have a clutch player who wins games for us. And I don't want to hear anyone tell me we do. No, we don't. Ohio State has E.J. Liddell, who can close out a game, former Illinois standout player who rejected Illinois to go play for Ohio State and be their star. And I hate to see it. I really do. I really hate to see our best players go play for someone else. You put E.J. Liddell on this Illinois team, they're undefeated. Period. But he rejected Illinois. Now he's at Ohio State being their star player. It sucks. It really does. So Illinois was trailing pretty much the entire game. And there was just tough play. Tough play going on for both teams. But if I had to guess, I didn't watch the game, but if I had to guess, Ohio State was more aggressive with the ball, getting the calls. In basketball, whoever's more aggressive will get the calls. That's how it goes. So Ohio State probably went to the rim more than Illinois, which is no surprise. Granderson, when he makes a three like that, I mean, you got a chance. This guy just could not be stopped. No one could contain him. 31 points in 33 minutes. See, Kofi was getting the ball, and that's one thing about Kofi I always say. When he gets the ball, he's thinking about what is he going to do. That's terrible. You have to know what you're going to do before you get the ball. So when you get the ball, you do it. And that's just beautiful passing right there. Why can't they do that all the time? Why can't Coleman Hawkins do that all the time? I tell you, man, I just don't understand it. If Coleman Hawkins would play like this all the time instead of just, look at this. Now, Coleman could have got the ball and got an easy dunk, but they didn't see him. That's typical Illinois guard play. Man, every time Illinois tried to come back, man, Ohio State had an answer for him on the road. That's a terrible pass by Plummer. Just a terrible pass. That's typical Illinois basketball. Get that weak stuff out of there. Now, that's inexcusable. You come in the paint weak like that, you're not good. You don't deserve anything. That's just weak play. Curbelo's got a new look. Curbelo got braided up. He's got a new look. Yeah, so bottom line is Illinois doesn't have a player who can get buckets to win games. Ohio State does, and E.J. Liddell. That's just a fact. Um, and that's the story of it. Illinois will not win in the tournament because of a lack of getting free throw shots and making them, because they live by the three, die by the three. And if you stop Kofi, the team can't respond. So Illinois getting blown out, but they do make a comeback. It's good to see. They had some heart to try to finish this game and win it. So I'm happy to see that. They could have just folded in, but they didn't. Now look at this. Now, clip that play. I'm going to clip that play if I'm the coach. And I'm going to say, why in the world, Coleman, can you not do this all the time? Beautiful pass by Frazier. If only he could pass like that all the time. But there goes the star player making a tough shot on Coleman. Now Illinois is left to just give it to Coleman. Once again, clip that. Coleman, why can't you do this all the time? All right, there goes Liddell drawing the foul, being aggressive. That's what star players can do for you. All right, Illinois is down by 4. You got to have some urgency. Frazier makes a 3 while drifting. Now they're down by 2. Somebody could be a hero. Somebody could be a star player. And you have to ask yourself, let's go back. What was he thinking on that? What was he thinking on this play? Now you tell me what he was thinking. What in the world was... This is the difference. This is the difference. We don't have Ayo Dosunmu. We have this. What were you thinking? And don't even go to the comments telling me he was fouled. No, you don't get a foul call doing this play. He wasn't even fouled. That was just, what was he thinking? What was he doing? What is anyone doing for that matter? This is why Illinois will not win in the tournament. Period. This is why. Just, you make the tough 3. You give yourself a chance. The crowd is hype. And this is your ball game. This is your play. What are you doing? Like, I don't understand. What is this? That is your play? That is what you come up with? I'm glad I didn't watch the game. If I would have watched this game, I would have lost my mind. I would have been so angry. But anyway, I guess we'll just end the video. End the video like this, I guess. Anyway, in the tournament, okay, he's right here. All right, so you think you're going to go over E.J. Liddell? Okay, that's wishful thinking. See, this is lunacy. You think you're going to go over EJ Liddell? Now you can see here, it just didn't happen. Now he came in contact with Liddell's body. He's jumping up and down with his hands up. Obviously, Trent Frazier's not an athlete. And then the ball game ends. All right, there you go. There you go. All right, Illinois lose at home. Really, no excuses necessary. Illinois will not advance in the tournament, period. They're going to get to the NCAA tournament. They may win the first game, but when you get to the round of 32, they're going to lose. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But anyway, the officials sucked, but you got to overcome. You had a chance to win the game. With all that said, you had a chance to win the game, and you couldn't do it because you don't have a star player who can get buckets at the end of a game. That's why when people have the nerve to compare anyone on this team to Ayo Dosunmu, you're insane. You are insane. We don't have a player who can win games for us like Ayo did. That's the bottom line. So anyway, there it is. Move on to the next game and hope they can win that game against Michigan.